This is a day that the Lord has made. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa. This video is showing you how I organize my pantry, and I hope it gives you some ideas that are inexpensive. Please enjoy. Here is my pantry. Let's start with the top shelf, which, by the way, I am thinking about doing a shelf up there because look how far there's, like, I want to say 3 feet more up there of wasted space. I'm thinking about doing a shelf, and it would be like half the length of this, so it would hold things that I rarely get into. But anyways, this is where I'm at. My top shelf has like things I hardly get into, and if I do get into it, I made sure it's easily accessible. This is a basket from Dollar Tree. I do have one more, and I think I'm gonna put my chips in there. But I have just like in that box is my cookie decorating type of stuff. My son wants to make slime. It's in there. There's an empty cookie jar. I like to use that when I make homemade cookies. I bought this bin. Not sure what I'm gonna put in there. At first I thought it was gonna be for cereal, but this is so huge. So that's the top shelf. The next shelf, I decided to try to make it primarily these containers. They're Better Homes and Gardens that you could purchase at Walmart. My mother bought me these one year for Christmas, and so I've added to it. And I'm trying to label it. I'm not quite done because I don't really know if this is how exactly I want to leave everything. But I have these little labels from my spice set that I had purchased on Amazon.com, and it comes with extra labels, and they match with another label that I'll show you in a bit. These I bought at Target, but I've refilled it with a trail mix from Walmart. Here I basically have, I don't even know. Like I said, I'm not really sure how I'm going to organize this. I have some cookbooks. My son has some cookies. I ended up purchasing this little set. It comes with 3 for my smaller items. Like baking powder comes in a small container. Baking soda comes in a small container. Cornstarch isn't very large. And I'm finding that if you're not careful with these, they crack. Right here. This is cracked, but it's still usable. So this is like a hard plastic. This is a softer plastic. And what's really cool about this, you open it and then you can level off your teaspoons. And this teal is kind of the color of my kitchen. It looks really blue, but it's like a teal color. And so I may end up getting more of these because they can stack up high, so you don't use a lot of space. 3 items. It takes up minimal space. My next shelf. This one I did remake pretty recently. I've been purchasing these as I can find them because some Dollar Trees, they are completely out. Every time I buy them, I like to get the big and the small so that I can organize them as such. I could even go 3. You see that? I want to be able to know what I have in them, so I'll probably put the label for this one right here. When I finally decide what I'm going to keep in them, I'll put a label here so I can know what's behind it, if that makes sense. Because I want to be able to look in my pantry and see everything I have without moving things around. These bins I first purchased, I think, last fall. And what I like about them, the color isn't that great. It's either orange, red, or navy blue. And I'm trying to like match and not have different colors. So this color was the only thing I could get a lot of with these 2 sizes. But what I like about them so much is they're very square. You don't lose any space in between because I had a different, let me show you. I had these bins in before, and see, I lose this gap. That is very precious space that I could have used. But they served the purpose for many years. This is what I had. I had these 3 colors, and they also come in like a smaller basket. So I had these 3 colors, these 3 types of baskets for several years in my pantry, and they're nice, they're colorful, but I decided to change it up to these baskets. These also come in other shapes. They come in round, they come in, I think, like a smaller rectangle that's wider, but this seemed to be best. And I was hoping I would end up putting these facing out so that I could label them. So like this. But I'm not sure. I'm still playing around with it. Still trying to make this make sense. But you see how this is round? And then so is this label. So I like how those labels match. These trays I purchased at Dollar Tree as well. I like to put things that have like our liquid on a tray or something that's going to catch if there's leaking. It will just mess up this tray and it's not going to seep all the way through, if that makes sense. So these fit one that way, and then one that way. And that's where I put all of my cans. The very bottom, I had this shelf that I purchased at Walmart.com. I had several of them. I think they have 4 shelves to each one. I ended up giving a lot of them away because I had purchased so many shelves. And when I've moved a few times, and as I moved, gave them away because my mind thinks you have a shelf, it needs to get filled. So now I've been in the process of decluttering. So anyways, there's that. And then the other half is in my garage. So these bins also were purchased at Dollar Tree. And they're nice, and they're also very square. You see that? Going with white or gray is my preference to put in here because it just seems cleaner. I'm not certain what I'm doing in here. This container, I had a 3 plastic drawer set that I purchased from Walmart years ago, and I actually put my son's like small toys in there, like Legos, action figurines, all the little small things. And he's outgrown those types of toys. So we packed them up. I was like, what can I use this shelf for? So I took it apart. They just work perfect. Just making do with what I have and the space I have to work with. So it basically lifts it off the floor, which is nice. And then I have bottled water stacked here and then a gallon of bottled water. This fits perfectly for me. Now, I've been struggling on how to store my potatoes and my onions. And this is my newest little hack. These are the wire baskets from Dollar Tree, which you could probably use as a small waste basket. But I put a hook. They're just random hooks, whatever I had. They don't even match. This is an S hook. That's kind of like, almost looks like a shower hook. I don't even know where I got them from. They're working out great to hold my stuff. I did purchase one more basket just in case I needed it. I sometimes do buy a little more than I need because at the moment of organizing it seems to work, but then later something comes up and then you need more containers. And so I like to buy a little more containers than needed so that I have them. Like I have a few more of these. I have more of these. I just don't know what I'm storing them. I have one more basket. I have one more of those baskets. And so this works best for me. Like I said, most of this is from Dollar Tree or it's from Walmart.com. And then on my door, I put, this is from Dollar Tree, and over the door hanger, which I think I'm going to spray paint it white so it blends in on the other side. But I have it to hang my aprons, and I'm hanging my son's lunch bag if we ever need it. And then I installed the light. Well, it's just taped up there. Because there is no light in my pantry, and I'll probably put one on the other side as well, but I just wanted to test it. So I just bought one so far, and it's just a push light. This is my pantry. I hope it inspires you to organize. It doesn't take a lot of money. It really doesn't. You can go to Dollar Tree. Sometimes you have to go on a hunt to find everything, but it's worth it. I hope you liked. I hope you enjoyed. Hope this helps someone. And remember, today is going to be what you make of it. Thanks for watching.